Hey, Aquarius, happy birthday to you. It is your birthday season, and we are going to do a solar return reading and discussion for you today because your year ahead has amazing astrology that indicates some bold beginnings are ahead for you. So let's discuss. Aquarius, welcome to the channel or welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Stella Wilde, and we are going to discuss in today's episode of Coffee and Cosmos everything important that you need to know about the energies of your solar return astrology. And we have some oracle cards that we're going to dive into as well and get you some messages. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get into it. So a solar return happens every year when it's your birthday, when the sun returns to the exact degree in the sky where it was when you were born. That's your exact solar return. Now, we are just doing a general discussion here on YouTube of the astrology energies that have been going on in Aquarius during your birthday season. If you want me to look at your personal solar return chart, then you can book a soul shift session with me. The link is in the description of the video. You'll be happy to know that Neptune has moved out of Pisces. It's now in Aries. So especially if you have Aquarius rising, Neptune is finally out of your second house of money, which is a very good thing because when Neptune transits our second house, it can bring confusion. It can bring disappearance of money, confusion around money. It can feel like money just evaporates into thin air. So it's very good that Neptune's not in Pisces anymore for you. We've also had Saturn still in Pisces. It's getting ready to go into Aries February 13th. So again, restrictions, delays, blockages should ease up with it getting out of your second house of money. Your ruling planet, Uranus, went direct on February 4th at the final degrees of Taurus, which is your fourth house. Again, if you have Aquarius rising, of home, family, and roots. So that's a good thing as well. And I think you're going to see a lot of improvements after it gets into Gemini. It's going to just be more aligned energy for you. But you could be wrapping up over this next year things related to your financial foundation and also your home and family stability, especially if you were born after February 4th with Uranus finally going direct in that fourth house. You might be moving. You might be consolidating resources. You might be purging, decluttering, narrowing things down to build something that is a stronger foundation for yourself. Uncertainties, ups and downs with family, where you're living, etc., family members, extended family, that could also be easing up for you, especially after February 4th, if you're born after February 4th. Then, of course, we have February 13th, we have Saturn going into Aries. Again, a more compatible energy with your own and in your third house. So it can be a lot about making some new decisions and commitments about your mindset, making choices about communicating better or differently, maybe signing up to learn something new. I'm going to be doing some Saturn and Aries videos, so stay tuned for that. We've also had Mars in your sign this whole season of Aquarius. I think it went in the first couple days of your sign, but it stays, Mars in Aquarius stays there until March 2nd, I believe. So you have Mars really energizing your physical body, your sense of identity, your sense of like, hey, I want to get on with my life. I do want some bold new beginnings. What direction am I going to go in? And, you know, Mars is the arrow of desire. It's the circle with the arrow attached to it, the astrological glyph. Sorry, I got ink on my hands. That's what that is, okay? So you're like, yeah, I want to point myself in an inspired new direction. I want to get out there and make new things happen. And especially the fact that Mars rules your third house of your mind, your mindset. Saturn's going into that third house. Like, you're ready to commit to bold new beginnings. You want to do new things, especially with your mind. So hatching new plans, writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales, that's all that third house stuff. You're ready to launch something probably in those areas. Then another bold new beginning energy is what is happening February 17th, that new moon solar eclipse in your sign at the 28th degree. Now, this is, of course, going to affect all Aquarius. I mean, it'll affect everybody, of course, but it will affect Aquarius people, but especially if you're born within, I would say, a 2-day window either side, of the eclipse on the 17th. You will feel that more strongly. You will feel it more strongly if you have your moon at that degree of Aquarius or some other planet like Venus or Mercury, whatever. But it is energizing a new beginning. But what's interesting about that eclipse is that it is squaring your ruling planet, which has gone direct in Taurus, that fourth house. So again, this speaks to me. I will be doing a separate video on it as well. This is just like your overview of your solar return for the next year energies. This is like, I got to make a new beginning in my identity, in what I am building in my life, my foundation, what I want to commit to, that Uranus fourth house situation. And squares are tense energy, right? It's friction. So that new moon solar eclipse could really give you a kick in the you-know-where to finally take some action on a new direction that you can build upon. And that feels like you. See, this is the other thing, because it's your ruling planet squaring that eclipse. So sometimes new moon solar eclipses are a wild card. And especially since it's squaring your ruling planet, there might be a surprise twist. There could be a wild card factor. Something you're not really seeing right now that's maybe not totally on your radar, but you're sensing it's coming. Now, you could get news around that new moon solar eclipse. It could come a month later, but it is setting up energy for you for the next 6 months until we get the new moon solar eclipse in Leo. We also have the North Node moving into your sign later in the year, but that's a discussion for another day. What we're looking at right now is where are the planets in the sky for your birthday, because that does impact your year ahead energies. So that's why I titled this video Bold New Beginnings, because there is the energy of change, revolution, of letting go of the old for you, but not just because I'm bored and I'm tired of it, but no, because you want to build something new. This Uranus, your ruling planet, which has been going through Taurus for the last 7 years, it really has upended things you thought in your life were very solid. It's your fourth house. And Taurus is very it's the earth. It's like, I'm immovable. Everything, let's just keep it all the same. But Uranus going through Taurus has upended wherever that falls for you, people's lives in that area, so depending on what house that is for you. But if you're an Aquarius rising, or if that is your fourth house, yes, there have been crazy surprises, upheavals, dramas, unexpected situations happening with your home, your family, your roots, where you live, how you live, who you live with. And I look at the fourth house really as your foundational house. It's also a very private house. So, things that are going on within you, that are not for public consumption. So there could have been a lot of just things whirling, swirling inside of you, deep emotional things, like energies, like old memories resurfacing, or old emotional dramas, it's Uranus, erupting out of nowhere for you to cleanse and heal and purge. But it could have felt a little shaky. Maybe you kept a lot of that stuff private to you. So now, as your ruling planet is at the end degrees, and squaring that new moon solar eclipse, you could be taking some unexpected actions, or rather, let me reframe that. You could be taking some actions in your life as a result of these very interior epiphanies you've been having the last 7 years that you have not shared with people. And you could be doing something or making a decision around this eclipse that looks weird to other people. They're like, what do you mean you're going to do that now, Aquarius? What do you mean you're going to have that bold new beginning and go out and do X, Y, Z? We didn't get any indication you ever wanted to do that. Well, no, because you didn't tell them. So certain things to other people may look like they're coming out of left field, like, oh, Aquarius is cooking up some other crazy scheme. But it's not that. You have been doing that inner emotional work. You just were not sharing it with all and sundry. So there could be things like that. And it could be because you have cleansed and healed and purged a lot of things going on in that fourth house, that eclipse in your sign squaring Uranus at that last degree of Taurus could pop in something that you manifest because you have healed and shifted so much. And it's a new moon solar eclipse. So it might take something out and then bring something in. We're just going to have to see how it develops for you. And let's not forget that Pluto is in your sign and is especially affecting those of you born in the very early days of Aquarius. I'd love to hear in the comments, how are you feeling Pluto so far if it's going over your sun? So what we're going to do now is we have some different oracle decks here, and let's see what you need to know about the year ahead energies. Just for fun, we will see. This first bit is from the Black Moon astrology deck, and these are just the houses. So let's pull a card and see what other house may be important for you in the year ahead. And then we'll pull some clarifications with the tarot just for fun. Let us see. Aquarius. What do we have here? We have the 6th house. We have your routines. So the Virgo energy in the astrological wheel, that is Virgo. For you, that is Cancer, your 6th house. Jupiter is still in Cancer until June 30th. So this could be the time for you, especially the first half of the year, basically, to see where you may need to take inspired action, bold new beginnings, learn something new, set in motion something new with this 6th house. Jupiter is an energy of mentorship, of information, education, teaching, learning, these types of things. This could be, Jupiter could bring a new health professional that could really help you in some way. But of course, you got to go out and find them. But this could also have to do with having more balance in your life rather than excess, because Jupiter can be extravagant, just, we're going all out. And in this 6th house, it could be like, I am not balanced. I am not taking a rest. I am using my energy to extremes. So it can be something like that as well. So let's just pull a couple of tarot cards and see what we need to know. Okay, but I feel like it could be something very positive of getting some sort of mentorship, help, guidance, especially with your well-being in some way. Somebody who really does know what they're doing. Jupiter, very educated. But it could also be something where Jupiter usually does bring opportunities. So it could be something that you're going to be expanding your work in some way as well. Maybe taking a lucky chance. Sagittarius, ruling Jupiter, is your 11th house of networks. So it can be something like getting out there, networking more, which could bring an opportunity for you in this 6th house. And that goes for also health and well-being, expanding your network of health professionals, as an example. Okay, so let us see. Let's see what we need to know. Aquarius, with this, put this over here. Well, you can't really see it too good. The 6th house. Let us see. We have the 7 of Cups, and we have the 8 of Cups. All right, I'm going to pull one more. Okay, beautiful. 3 of Coins. All right. So remember, it's always about how we use the energies, whether astrology or tarot, everything's a metaphor. So right now, there could be something where, 7 of Cups, you might be a little bit in a fantasy land. You could be in denial. It's possible. Or you could just be kind of like, oh, well, there's that option, that possibility. That's very Jupiter. All the sorts of goodies and options that might exist. But are they based in reality? This is the other thing with the 7 of Cups. But then we have the 8 of Cups, which is like, you know what? If I really want this 6th house to change, if I want to improve it in some way, then I better actually get something going, make a decision and move toward my goal rather than still existing in possibilities. So this Eight of Cups is interesting because there is something here about kind of emotionally getting off the fence and making a decision is what I am feeling. And, maybe this is coming at the full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. This is possible for you, which is happening March 3rd, because this is, as I said, the sixth house is connected with Virgo energy just in general. And because we have the full moon here, it's a lunar eclipse. So it could be emotionally, since we have this cups energy and the seven of cups, it could be like, yeah, emotionally, I got to look at the real situation, Virgo. And I do want to build something for myself. This is a network, 3 coins, which is what I was just talking about. I want better work colleagues. I want more interaction at work, or a job that gives me more interaction, or I want a new network of doctors that I can see, whatever it might be. But this is the thing. Emotionally, I got to get off the fence, make that decision, move on, claim it for myself, and get the job done. So I think this 3 of coins is extremely positive here for you. This is tangible help in some way that you are creating for yourself because you're making a decision. And so you can go and find, look at this figure, this 8 of Cups figure. You can go and find the right people who will help support your initiatives in this area, the 6th house area for you. All right, let's pull another one and let us see what we need to know. Another house placement. Let's see. What else might Aquarius need to know? So there could be a bold new beginning with your well-being, like plans that actually come to fruition, that 3 of coins. And I would look to the earth sign seasons, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, for something to manifest along those lines. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, we have the 7th house, and we have partners, whether business or personal. We know there is a new moon solar eclipse in your 7th house, Leo, August 12th, 13th, 14th, in that time frame. Again, don't have the exact date in my brain at the moment, but it's right in the middle of August. So that could be bringing somebody new into your life. It is the companion eclipse, so to speak, with the eclipse that we are having in your sign on the 17th of February. So there could be new people coming into your life because you are beginning new things. You're changing how you are showing up. So what people you're drawing in are going to be different, are going to be new, are going to be more aligned with Aquarius 2.0, who you are becoming, who you're stepping into becoming, how you're beginning new things, how you're reinventing yourself, how you're becoming more of yourself. So this is very interesting. All right, let's see. Let's do another deck over here. Let us see. This 7th house, your Leo. Let us see what we need to know. And that kind of also makes sense with the 6th house that we just had also, because again, this could relate to a new healer, new work colleagues, new, something you can count on, that 3 of coins. But hey, it could be a business partnership. It could be a romantic partnership if you're into that. All right, let us see. Aquarius. Wow, we have more Virgo. 8 of coins. Whoops. And we have a 5 of coins. And we have the moon. Okay. So Virgo is your 8th house of transformation, which is interesting. I think at the Virgo lunar eclipse, on March 3rd, you are going to likely reposition your emotional energy. You may have some sort of emotional epiphany about your own self-worth, what you deserve, and who you deserve in your life. All right, because here again is the full moon. We just had full moon with the 8 of Cups. Here it is again, this 5 of coins. And it is approximately, it's a little short. It's in a month. I'm filming this. What day is this? Saturday the 7th. It's in 3-4 weeks. Not quite 5 weeks. Okay, but it's almost there. But this could be happening right after the lunar eclipse, which is, as I said, March 3rd. Here is the Virgo with the 8 of coins. So you are really looking at value, Eight of Coins. You are focusing on, am I just going to keep accepting piddly junk in my life, Five of Coins? Am I going to continue to accept exile and doubt about my worth? Am I going to call in new relationships that truly value me and don't leave me in the dark or doubting myself? These are the things. And I think you may have something that transforms, that you make a decision about to get clear on your own value and what you deserve at that full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, which lunar eclipse, all about the letting go. Like, I'm done with this, so that we can build something new, call in new things that are more worthy of us. This Leo 7th house for you. So I think this is very powerful here, Aquarius. And this has to do, again, with the bold new beginnings. Like, it's out with the old, in with the new. But we're not going to repeat cycles. The new that comes in needs to have value and respect. That is that Eight of Coins. And then this portion of the Black Moon Lilith deck has planets and aspects and whatnot in it. So let's pull another one from Black Moon Lilith, and we will clarify with the tarot and get a message for your solar return reading, Aquarius. Let us see. What do we have here? Ooh, we have Scorpio. I transform. 10th house of career for you. The public visibility. And I think this is interesting, especially because of the third house activation of energy, and also, Uranus getting ready to go into your fifth house of creativity, a fellow air sign, which will make the energy a lot easier for you as of the end of April. Of course, this is your solar return reading, but your year ahead, you're going to be focusing on transforming. That's all about the bold new beginnings. And it could have something to do with your career, because it's the 10th house showing up here. Now, if you don't have a career, maybe you're retired, this can be about what type of public role am I taking? How am I showing up in the world? Maybe I'm tired of being home alone. Maybe I need to transform and go make new friends and put myself out there a little bit more. So it can be that type of thing as well. All right, let's see what we need to know about this I transform career energy with this for you. Let us see. Your mind is very powerful in the year ahead. I mean, you're already a very powerful brain, but with Saturn going into that third house, Neptune already in there, like, really, what you focus on expands. What you're thinking can manifest, just like that. I can't snap with this hand. Just like it can happen just like that. So deep transformations. Be very aware of the thoughts you are thinking. Absolutely. All right, but let's see. This 10th house of career. What do we have here? Oh, look, the world. Freaking gorgeous. And the Three of Swords. Okay, interesting. Look, the Three of Pentacles showing up again in your reading here today, Aquarius. I love this. We live out of our imagination, not our history. That's that Stephen Covey quote that I love. So if there was something blocking you before, Three of Swords, in terms of your career that didn't manifest, it could have been 3 months ago, 3 years ago. Could have been 3 years ago when Saturn went into Pisces in that second house. And there were blockages, delays, dramas, shenanigans. That is changing. Look, the Three of Coins again. This is very nice. So you see she has her book in her hands here in this Three of Coins. So this is a whole new plan for yourself with this 10th house of career. And it has to do with success and public visibility. And let's not forget the World card does have your energy in it, as well as Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio, which is the card we pulled, Scorpio, I transform. So this is the thing. Success is not going to look like the old days for you. In whatever way you were evaluating, judging, measuring your success previously at some point in your life, it would help to let that go. Again, a suggestion, and embrace the fact that a new definition of success one that's more aligned with who you are right now and what you're doing right now, could be a good mindset shift to have. Okay, with this 3 of coins here, it is time for a new plan for your career, how you're showing up in the world, and releasing any bitterness or blockages that you may still have. The 3 of Swords is here in relation to, well, it didn't happen 3 years ago, or it didn't happen how I wanted it to happen, or whatever went down, whatever's going on with that 3 of Swords, if that's still affecting you in some way, put that to rest as best you can. Because this is the transform energy that is here. You can have beautiful success again, the world. You can have whatever you want, the world. It's the world. It's a beautiful card of success, recognition, building your whole new world, but it's going to require a new plan. That's the 3 of coins. We had the 3 of coins before with the sixth house of work and well-being. But it's about how you define it, how you define success for yourself. Okay, so that's what I would say here with this 10th house. Like, you could be coming up with hatching a whole new plan. And the thing that's interesting too with these 3s that are showing up is that Saturn and Neptune are moving into your 3rd house of your mind. Your mindset is the thing. And this is the 3 of Swords here. So this can be something to just let go of mentally, finally, from the past, and realize that you have the power to transform and make new decisions and new plans and take new actions that can bring you the type of success that you want and that you deserve. All right, Aquarius, let's pull from this deck and get a final message for your solar return, bold new beginnings, making new plans for success in your world, for healing and well-being, and for new relationships that value you. Let us see, Aquarius. I think 2 want to come out. Let's see what we have. We have divine plan, number 32. Your soul has a master blueprint of your life path that it holds within it. It will never steer you in the wrong direction. Yeah, so there is a divine plan unfolding for you. New things are going to be required of you. That's guaranteed. The eclipses are going to start moving into your sign, as we know. So it can bring the unfoldment of the next level, the next phase of the divine plan of your life. And what else do we have here? We have a starry night. Ooh, beautiful colors here. Number 15. The beaming and glistening light from the stars reminds you that there is hope for your future. Wow, that is beautiful. So the divine plan, and what is your divine plan? Which that's interesting too, because we had the 3 of coins, which is all about planning. So I would say, really tap in with what is your divine plan. If you know your birth chart or you need somebody to look at it, I mean, I can look at it. We can discuss what that might be according to your full, natal chart analysis. But what is that for you? What is the next phase for you of your divine plan that you feel is kind of brewing, stewing, percolating, ready to develop? What are you going to be saying yes to, planning for, transforming in your life, healing in your life? What does give you hope? What makes you feel that beautiful starry night energy, wishing upon a star, the beauty of the stars? I mean, you are the star card also in tarot, So a divine plan is unfolding that has a lot of hope and optimism behind it. And that is the other thing with that 3 of coins and Saturn, Neptune in that 3rd house, is to find that balance between, just the fantasy land of Neptune and then the brutality sometimes of Saturn, of the harsh reality. It's not either or. It's how do we navigate the middle way of Saturn, commitment, and then Neptune, a vision, committing to your vision with your mindset and making up that plan and being very mindful of your thoughts, your speech to yourself, who you're talking to, who you're dealing with, what you're signing up for, because your 3rd house, that mental energy is really, really lit up. It's coming out in this reading. It's in your solar return. So that is something to really key in on and focus in on, is your mindset and how much words have power. And if you have not chosen a word of the year or a phrase of the year yet for yourself, again, a suggestion, you might consider doing that at your birthday season. You might also want to buy yourself a crystal as your birthday present. I try to do that every year for myself, just to see what crystal I'm drawn to. I don't have a preset thing in my mind of what it might be, but for you, it might be helpful to get some sort of blue colored stone that would reflect or even indigo purple, like reflecting the chakra energies of, the throat chakra and also the third eye. So like the communication channel. So that, again, just a suggestion based on the energies that are coming out in this reading and also in your solar return. So Aquarius, happy birthday. Many happy returns of the day. I would love to hear from you in the comments. What plan are you going to be building for yourself in the year ahead for some bold new beginnings and exciting new directions that are divinely guided, that you're ready to say yes to? Thank you so much for being here and joining me today. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.